haven't met me. And I think I'm going to try to mute. Everybody's muted. I will not mute myself. That would be bad. And then I'm just going to pin myself. Whoops, nope, I guess I am pinned. All right. All right. Well, welcome and happy Saturday. I was looking outside. I think the sun is shining a little bit. There I am. All right, now I'm pinned. I think Andrea pinned me. So thank you, Andrea. I don't know. So I just wanted to say that, you know, if you haven't done yoga for a while, you know, just take it easy on yourself. And I know for me, it's been really hard to be motivated. I think I've been doing everything in like 15-minute, you know, time spans. So taking a whole hour of yoga is kind of a treat, even for me today. So, so anyway, welcome. I also, and I don't know if the last person said or noticed that we did need a strap towards the end, or like I said, a belt would work, a robe tie, or even just a towel would work. So if you want to grab that. Yeah, so anyway, I just thought we'd start. If you want to come into a nice, comfortable seat, just maybe crisscross applesauce. Sometimes a towel is nice to kind of sit up on and get your hips lifted up and off the floor. Good. And then if you're comfortable, you can just maybe close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And just a little reminder that I can't see you because I'm pinned onto the screen. So, I'll try to direct you through this, but I can't see you. So if something doesn't feel right, just, you know, don't do it. All right. So as you settle in here, just become aware of your breath. Becoming aware of your inhale and your exhale. Today's class is kind of about sunlight. I have a little quote here, just a small, short reading. The quote is from Mark Nepo's book, The Book of Awakening, and it says, "The bud in half bloom outweighs the cloud." And I kind of feel that that's appropriate. I know it really spoke to me. I just feel like we're all in this holding pattern, kind of waiting for the clouds to part and for that sunshine to come in. I really liked this paragraph that went with that quote. So faith, it seems, can be defined as the effort to believe in light when we're covered by clouds. And though it feels like the sun will never come again, the truth is it has never stopped burning its light. In fact, its heat and warmth is burning steadily right now on the far side of whatever cloud we are under. So as you sit here breathing, maybe just use that vision of that sunlight. It's out today, so it's not hard to imagine. Just burning brightly. Maybe with our exhale, just imagining that we maybe even just have that power to kind of blow the clouds. Just blow them away. Just find that little crack in the clouds where the sun shines through. And even if that's kind of hard, just always brings me comfort knowing that no matter what the weather is, that, you know, no matter what clouds are around me, that I know that the sun is there. It's just a matter of time. You may hear a little voice upstairs, so I apologize for that. Taking one last deep breath in here, just imagining all that sunlight, drawing it in. And then exhaling, that powerful exhale, that breath that parts through clouds. As we go through class today, we'll maybe imagine that a little bit. I'll bring you back to that. All right, slowly just opening your eyes. Maybe start to roll those shoulders back. Keeping that breath. Good. Maybe even individually rolling one shoulder and then the other. And then coming to stillness. Good. We're just going to tilt our head to the right. So right ear draws towards that right shoulder. And coming back up center. And left ear to left shoulder. It's the mommy. I don't know if you guys can hear my daughter. Maybe you have your own little child that's calling your name while you're trying to do yoga. Just kind of have to laugh. Good. A couple more times, just really stretching that neck out. I know for me, that's where a lot of my tension lies. Good. And next time, just coming center, sitting really nice and tall, really pressing through the sits bones and lifting through the crown of your head. Just taking those hands off to the sides and slowly inhaling the arms up. And slowly exhaling the breath out. Good. Let's take that up again. Inhaling the arms up. And then exhaling, slowly drawing the hands behind the back and maybe clasping the hands if you have that range of motion. If you don't, you can just kind of sit the hands right here on your lower back with a bent elbow. Just try to open through the chest, really draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Maybe even lift the chin ever so slightly. Just breathe through your chest, through that heart space. A few more breaths. Last deep breath in. Exhale. Release the fingertips and hands, and we're going to draw the hands up on an inhale. Cross the right elbow in front of the left and just bring your arms into eagle arms. So trying to take the upper arms about parallel with the floor so we're not resting on our chest. And then drawing the elbows towards your chest so we're not kind of reaching forward and straining. Kind of pulling them in towards the chest. And then just take your head a little from side to side. Really breathing through that any tightness in the upper back across your shoulders, the back side of the heart. Good. Take that head to stillness and then untwine your arms or release your arms. Inhale up and float the arms down. Good. And we'll do that to the other side. Inhale up. This time that left elbow crosses in front of the right. We twist the arms together and come in. And I didn't mention that on the other side. If that's too hard, you can always take the back of the hands together and press your elbows together. So I apologize for not mentioning that. Again, drawing the elbows in towards the chest so we're not reaching forward. Good. And just breathing into the back side of the body, and maybe even taking that head, just kind of shaking the head no, really nice and easy. Breathing nice and steady. Inhaling all that sunlight. Exhaling, blowing those clouds away. Good. And unwind those hands. Inhale up. And exhale the arms down. Just roll through those shoulders one more time. Good. And if you're up on something high like I am, or even a blanket, you can remove it. We're going to take our feet a really nice distance apart. So you don't want them together. So you want those knees apart. And then just start dropping the knees from side to side. And while you're doing that, I'm going to move back to my mat so that you can see me better. So just kind of continue waking up those hips with your windshield wipers. Good. All right. So nice wide legs. The one thing that I see most is when people keep them really close together, and then you just don't get as good of a range of motion. And then let's pause with those knees up and try to drop one knee to the inside of the opposite foot. Good. So notice how my one knee is always pointing up. It's really easy to kind of start dropping both knees, but we're actually leaving one pointing up. And sometimes you have to think about it. Fingertips are out to the sides. Good. Maybe if that even feels good, just pause for a moment, really pressing that knee, I guess it would be my right knee, into the floor. Just kind of see how that feels. Good. And just do that on the other side if it feels good. Again, just gently pressing that left inside of the knee into the floor. Yeah, just kind of activating the inner thighs, I believe is what we're activating. All right, bring it up. Let's just draw the feet together for a moment. Find your sits bones underneath you. Try to have equal amounts of pressure from the right to the left. Good. Press your feet together, nice and strong. Nice tall back. And release. You're going to press those feet together again. A little bit of push and pull here, and then release. Last time, activating those muscles. And then release. All right, let's come to all fours. I'll just face you for a moment, so hopefully you can hear me. Spread your fingers really wide. You can either keep your toes tucked or you can take them down. It's just really a personal preference. Good. As we inhale, try to release your belly. Fill it nice with air. Just notice how that kind of gives you a little bit of a back extension or cow. And then exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine. Really nice active breath. Inhale, release the belly. Exhale, really engage through the core and draw the navel to the spine. If you want to add a little bit more motion here as you inhale, really dropping the belly. Good. Exhale, round into cat. Pressing through those hands. Just kind of continue that. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. A few more times. At your own pace. Really opening through the chest and the collarbones as you look forward. And maybe make this your last round. And then just come to a neutral spine. Just begin to shake the hips a little from right to left. You want to add a glance as you take your hips to the right, look off to the left. Then come back center and look to the right, stick the left hip out. So just kind of getting a little side stretch here, stretching through the hips. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Good. And then just pausing to the center, again, neutral. We're going to bend the right elbow as we look left. And then come back up, inhale. Exhale as you bend the left elbow and look to the right. Good. And just kind of continue that, just a little twist through that thoracic spine right there between your shoulder blades. Just a little twist here. How about one more set to the right and to the left. Good. And then take those knees nice and wide. I like to set my hips back first and then walk the hands up and come into child's pose. Just breathe here, stay in child's pose. I like to come out sometimes and just talk so you can hear me. Just really relaxing, thinking about that breath, relaxing the belly as you inhale. And then on that volume dial from 1 to 10, maybe a 2 or 3 as you exhale, draw that navel into the spine. Just a really nice way to engage your core. That's kind of the way we're supposed to breathe. Inhaling, relax. Exhale is when we engage. Take a few more deep breaths. And then exhale. Good. Slowly come back up to all fours. And we're just going to take that right leg straight back, really stretching nice and straight. Walk the hands just a little bit ahead. And what we're going to do is come forward onto the tops of the toes and then press back, press through the heel on the bottoms of your toes. So just kind of moving forward, kind of rocking forward and back, if you will. Kind of stretching through the front of the shin, stretching through the calf. You know, if this hurts your wrists at all, you could always come to fists. I know for me, I don't really have a place to practice without carpet. It's really hard to press the fingers down really strong. Good. So you could always try that. Okay. Maybe just one more time. Forward. Really press through that heel. Move your hands back so wrists are under your shoulders. We're going to kick those left toes out to the side like a little kickstand and then come to balance on the left side as you reach that right arm up. Good. Spin the pinky finger down. Arm comes right alongside your ear and then you press through your right foot and you reach through your right fingertips. Good. Really pressing, getting that nice stretch through the right side body. Maybe even try to squeeze through the left buttocks and press your hips forward ever so slightly. And again, on that dial from 1 to 10, maybe it's a 2 or a 3, so not too tight, but just tight enough to push forward. Good. Reach that right hand up, and maybe we float the right leg up. Pausing here for a moment. Good. Maybe even reach the fingertips towards the foot. You can bend through the knee and grasp the foot behind you. If you can't do that, it's okay. You can just stay with the foot down on the floor even. Take in a few breaths, trying to flex through that foot. Good. Release, arm comes up, foot comes down, coming back to all fours on your knees and hands. Good. We're going to inhale the right arm up, exhale, place it on the mat. Let's go to the left side. So just kind of alternating arms. Inhaling up, getting that nice twist. Let's do the right side again. And the left. Good. On this next one, inhale that right arm really tall. Roll through your wrists, maybe even infinity. As you kind of come down, it floats down. And then we're going to thread that right hand right through the left knee and hand, coming down to your head and your shoulder. And pause there. Again, breathing into that back side of the body. Really just focusing that deep breath right into the back of the heart there, the tops of the shoulders. Really getting that nice stretch, kind of getting a break for the wrists. Good. Take maybe one more deep breath there. And then with that left hand, just press through and come back to all fours. Good. This time we'll stretch that left foot back nice and long. Maybe take the hands forward a little bit so that you can roll forward to the top of your foot. Stretch that shin and then press back with the heel. So rolling forward and back. Forward and back. And again, just kind of moving with your own breath, moving with your own pace. I know today I'll talk a lot about, inhaling and exhaling with different movements. And I know when I first started yoga, I was like, I couldn't keep track of all that. So just breathe. You don't have to breathe when I say breathe, right? Good. Last time, pause here. Take these hands back so those wrists are right under your shoulder. We're going to kickstand that right foot out this time. Come to balance on the right side as the left arm swoops up. Good. Pause there. I'm going to just switch around here. And then pinky finger spins down and that arm reaches. Really press through that left foot. Really reach through the fingertips. Good. Make sure, I know I just adjusted, make sure that wrist, right wrist is below your right shoulder. Good. We're going to float those fingertips up, and you can stay here, or you could float the leg up. So that's just making it a little more challenging. Good. Pausing here. Reach those left fingertips alongside the body. And then maybe you bend the foot. You have that flexibility. Woo. And maybe your hamstring cramps a little. You can let it go if it does. Good. Breathe here. Inhaling that sunshine. Exhaling, blowing those clouds away. Good. Releasing the foot. Stretch that leg out. Reach the arm up. Pause for a breath. Coming back to all fours. Good. This time, left arm lifts first. Really reach tall. Get that twist. Plant the hands. Then the right arm. Good. Exhale down. Do it. One more set to the left. Inhaling up. Lowering it down. Then the right arm comes up. Exhale it down. This time that left arm goes up really tall. Start that little infinity, rolling the wrist as it flutters down, just like the little petals on the tree. And then take that hand right through, palm faces up. Good. Really breathe right between those shoulder blades, up into the shoulders, the back of the left shoulder. Just really releasing all those muscles. The breath is so powerful. Now, we don't even have to imagine we're blowing clouds away. I mean, we are moving fascia and stretching fascia with every breath. Take one more deep breath in. Slowly push through that right hand. Come to all fours. So choice, you can come into child's pose, or you can step the hands forward and come into down dog. So choose a pose. Either child's pose or down dog. If you're in down dog, you can begin to bend one knee, bend the other. In child's pose, maybe just taking your head a little from side to side on the mat. Hard to do with glasses on. Good. Just pausing in that down dog. If you are in child's pose, join us in down dog. We're going to come to stand from here. Good. Maybe bend through those knees. And then straighten the legs. Good. Bend through the knees, kind of looking forward. And then straighten through the legs, straighten the knee. Maybe one more time, just bending. Good. And then actually we're going to do something else. So taking that right leg up, perhaps we're going to look to the hands and we're going to step the right leg forward. Okay. From here, we'll drop the left knee down and then just start some little circles, just kind of opening out those hips a little bit. I'm going to go one way and then reversing directions. A few more rounds here. And then let's pause right here. Good. Making sure you have some space between your right foot and knee. So from right to left, you want some space. On your next inhale, we're going to take the arms up nice and tall. We're going to exhale the cactus pose. Really squeeze that upper back. We're going to inhale back up. We're going to exhale, frame the foot. Then you're just going to pick your knee up and take the hips as you straighten that front leg straight back. The back heel may or may not touch down. We're just trying to get that upper body onto the front thigh or right thigh. And just release the head. Good. We're going to do that again. We're going to begin to bend through the front knee. Take the left knee down. On your inhale, inhale up tall. Cactus arms, exhale. Inhale back up. Exhale, frame your foot, pick that back knee up, and press your hips back as you straighten the front leg. So it's about pyramid pose. Taking one full breath here. Slowly coming back forward, knee drops. Inhale up. Exhale, open through the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, frame the foot, and press back into pyramid. Good. One last time, coming forward. Inhale up. Woo! Exhale, cactus arms. The other fun thing about carpet, it challenges your balance. Frame your foot, and then press back. Good. Pausing here. Taking a nice deep breath. Bend into that right knee. Plant your hands and step to down dog. Good. If you do need a little break, you can go ahead and come down into child's pose at any time. Really try to press through the knuckle of your index finger and the base of your thumb, especially if you're on carpet. Try to lift through your sits bones and your tailbone. Good. When you're ready, inhale that left leg up and step forward. Good. Lowering the right knee this time, and then make your little circles, kind of opening through the hips. Maybe you start kind of small, and then make them a little bigger. And just notice if maybe it's not as smooth in a little spot. Switching directions. And then pausing. Making sure you've got that space between the left foot and the right knee for balance. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale the cactus. Inhale up. Plant your hands. Lift the back knee and press the hips as you straighten the left leg. Take a full breath. As you exhale, come on down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, frame the foot. Lift the back knee, straighten front leg. Back to pyramid. Release through your neck. On that exhale, come on down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Frame your foot. Pick that knee up, straighten the front leg, pyramid. One more time. On that exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Remembering you can breathe however you need to, as long as you're breathing. Last time, pressing back. Pyramid pose. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Slowly bend through that left knee. Plant the hands, step to down dog. All right. From here, we will come to a forward fold. Just kind of bending through the knees, looking forward. You can kind of tippy-toe yourself up, or you could just step or hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold. You can keep as much bend in the knee. You can even kind of rest your chest and abdomen on your thighs. Release through the neck. If you have a deep bend in your knee, maybe just begin to straighten if that feels good in your hamstrings. Good. On your next inhale, just a little half lift. Fingers come to shins. Exhale down, bend through your knees, and inhale those arms straight up, and then out to the sides, exhale. Good, and then palms will face the front of your mat so they're opened. I'm just gonna kind of switch sides. Good. Trying to balance my neck as I look forward to you all. So we're standing at the top of our mat. Our hands are facing the top of the mat, yeah? We're really sliding those shoulders down and back. Good. We're going to inhale the arms forward. Let's do those cactus arms. Exhale. Inhale up. And then exhale, forward fold. I'm going to do just a little, what I call a little birdie half lift. So we're going to kind of bend through the knees, and we're going to inhale the arms out to the sides, so it kind of looks like a crazy bird or something. And then you're going to exhale, just roll it down. Good. We're going to inhale again, that little half bird. Exhale down, roll forward. How about one more time? Inhale up. Exhale forward, and hold your forward fold. Good. We're going to plant our hands and step back to plank. Good. All right. Slowly lower your knees to a modified plank. We're just going to push our hips back to kind of a little child's pose. We're going to come back forward to that modified plank. Lift your knees, press to down dog. Good. That's kind of our little vinyasa. On your next inhale, right leg goes up nice and tall. Good. Maybe even roll your ankle a little bit. Release through that left heel. Don't stand on your toe. Good. Look forward and step that right foot forward. Again, space between the feet from right to left is the balance. Yeah? All right. Let's inhale our arms out to the sides. Cross the left elbow in front of the right, just like we did in the beginning, and come into those eagle arms. Good. So really reaching through that left heel, drawing the elbows into the heart, and maybe on your next inhale, just begin to create that back bend by lifting the elbows just ever so slightly. And then exhale, bring them back to parallel with the floor. Woo! And don't fall over. Good. Inhale up again. And exhale down. Kind of plays with your balance when your hands are in front of your face. So, okay to fall over. Just don't get hurt. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Release those arms. And plant the hands on either side of the foot. Good. Step back to plank. Take the knees down. Push it back to child's pose. Come back forward to modified plank. This time you can stay here, or maybe you drop your hips towards the floor and look forward. Good. Come back to modified plank. Tuck those toes. Press to down dog. Shake that head. On your next inhale, left leg comes up. Maybe roll through the ankle one way, roll the other way. Look to your hands, step forward. Good. And then we're gonna inhale those arms out to the side. Come up, right elbow crosses in front, eagle arms. Really press through the right heel, sink in to the front knee. Elbows draw towards the chest. On that next inhale, woo, maybe you lift a little bit into a back bend. Oh, it feels good. Exhale back down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Keeping those lovely elbows as close to your chest as possible. Last time. Begin to unwind as you exhale. Frame your foot. Good. Step back to plank. Take your knees down. Press back to that little child's pose, kind of active child's pose. Come back up. Hips begin to sink maybe. Looking forward, opening through that collarbone. Back to neutral. Tucking toes. Find your down dog. Good. You're going to bend through those knees, looking forward to the top of your mat. You can tiptoe, walk, or step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Good. We're going to do that little birdie half lift. So we're going to inhale up, knees are bent. Chest comes over the heart, or the head comes over the heart. Good. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, just fall forward. Last time, little half birdie lift. Exhale forward. This time we're going to come all the way to stand. Hands come to heart center. And release the hands. Just stay there at the top of your mat. I'm just turning forward, so I'm not cranking my neck. Palms face forward. Just reach those shoulders down and away from the ears. Maybe even close your eyes for a moment. You should be sweating a little bit. We're going to roll through that one more time with just a little different pose. So you stay at the top of your mat, hands are forward. Good. We're going to inhale the arms as they swoop up to the front. We're going to exhale out and down. Good. Then that little birdie half lift, really deep bend in the knees. We're going to inhale, head over heart. Exhale, just collapse down. Inhale up. Remembering if this doesn't feel good, you can just do the little half lift. Last one. Exhale down. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Good. Taking the knees down. Press to that active child's pose. Come back forward. Maybe you drop the hips if that feels good. Good. Coming back into that neutral position and then lifting into down dog. Good. Taking a nice deep breath in. We're going to inhale that right foot up nice and tall. Good. And then step forward with the right foot. Spin. Oh, shoot. Spin the left foot down in the back. I'm going to switch feet, but you guys just do what you're doing. The right foot's forward, left foot's back. And then we're just going to cartwheel on up. I didn't want to be facing the wall away from you. I thought I was doing it right, but I wasn't. It's okay. So here we are in a nice warrior two. Try to relax through your shoulders, right? Looking to the front, middle finger. Really try to bring this into as deep of a warrior as you can. So maybe take those legs forward a bit, that front leg forward. Really reach that knee to the baby pinky. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Try to squeeze through the left cheek. Yeah. And really press through that back foot. Try to draw your body over your hips so we're not reaching forward. Good. Probably about 2 more breaths here. I've been talking a lot. Good. Last deep breath in. Exhale. We're just going to kind of cartwheel back. We're going to frame that foot. Very good. And step back to plank. Dropping the knees. Press to child's pose actively. Head doesn't come down. Come back forward. That feels good. Drop those hips. Nice back extension here. Coming back to neutral. Tuck those toes. Find your down dog. Good. Pause in your down dog for about 5 breaths. I'm sorry, I keep moving around. I just want to be seeing the screen. Good. About 2 more breaths here. Really release through your head and neck. Press through that index finger, knuckle, and the base of your thumb. On your next inhale, inhale that left leg straight up. Good, and step it forward. Spin the right foot down this time. And when you're ready, just kind of cartwheel up or come up any way you can. And then maybe readjust. Really take that front foot as far forward as you can, getting as low as you can. Everybody's low is going to look a little different, right? It's about as low as I want to go. I'm really pressing this left knee to my left pinky toe. I'm squeezing my right butt cheek. Just kind of activating those glutes. Really good for the low back. Good. 5 breaths here. Really release through the shoulders. And we're just turning our vision or our gaze to that middle finger to get just that little neck stretch in here. Probably 2 more breaths. as I talk. Missy breaths, we'll call them Missy breaths. Last deep breath in, good. And then just bring that foot, you might have to back it up a little bit. Plant your hand, step to plank. Knees come down, press back into that active child's pose. Come back forward, lower through the hips. Good. Come back up and find your down dog. Pause here if you need a little child's pose, take it. And then slowly begin to walk your hands back. So if you're in child's pose, just find your way back to down dog. Walk your hands to forward fold. Pause with your head here. We'll do our last little birdie lift. That nice deep bend in the knee. Inhale the arms to a T as you bring the head above the heart. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale up. Exhale, fold it down. Last time. Exhale down. And then press through those feet. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Draw the hands to the heart. And pause for a moment. And if you want to shift a little from side to side, maybe even slow your heart, slow your mind. Taking those nice deep breaths in, inhaling all that beautiful sunshine. I can see it out my window. Exhaling that powerful breath. You can just lower. Uh-oh. Is everybody there? Sorry about that, guys. My computer just totally crashed. So okay, I'm pinned again. Sorry about that. All right. I was just thinking you're not even going to get the good part. We're just down on the floor. So, all right, let's come on down to the floor. Oh, my goodness. All right. Coming on down. Just come to all fours here. I'm running a little late today, but we'll do a little hip stretch first. So right knee to the right wrist, and then those little toes walk off to the left. Just stretch straight back, and you can come on down. Pigeon pose is where we're going here. You can even make fists just to kind of relax that head. If you can come all the way down, and if you can't, you can always just stay up nice and tall. The nice thing about just being able to rest your forehead on something is it just kind of gives the back of the neck a little bit of a break. Just breathe here for a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes, for a few breaths. I really want to get into the hips a little bit with our belt. Take one more deep breath here. And exhale. Good. And then just slowly make your way back up to forearms if you were all the way down, and then back to the hands. Good. And then just take that knee back to the mat. If you need to kind of shake it out a little bit from side to side. Good. And then slowly, we'll take that left knee forward. Just walk those little left toes to the right. Stretch that right leg straight back. Maybe take a moment and then come down to the forearms if you can. If you can't, it's okay. Again, maybe taking elbows out, making those double fists, and just resting the forehead. Or maybe you take hands on top of one another, whatever feels right to your body. Taking some nice deep breaths, just kind of stretching out through that left hip there. You hear somebody's music. Take one more deep breath in here. And exhale. just slowly come back to the forearms. Come back onto the hands. Good. And then just back to all fours and just kind of shake the hips from side to side. Good. From here, we'll just come right straight down to the belly. Taking those elbows maybe a little bit up in front of the shoulder. And just trying to relax. If you're feeling any pinch in the low back, I don't know, play with the rotation of your hips. I know some people like to turn the toes in, kind of internal rotation, so kind of like pigeon toes. That can kind of release. It actually widens the sacrum. I don't know why, but for some reason, externally rotating my toes so they point out kind of helps me. So kind of play with that, but try to relax through the glutes here. And then just breathe the belly into the mat. Taking a few more breaths here. I'm going to start moving so I'm a little closer to you guys, but just take a couple more breaths there. And then slowly push back to child's pose and take a few breaths there. Just imagining that sunshine as you inhale, just filling every little dark space within you. And as you exhale, imagining that you have so much power in your breath that you can just part the clouds. Good. And slowly come on out of that child's pose, and we'll make our way onto our back. I'm going to face the sunshine. So, coming onto our backs, you can just start with your knees bent. And just kind of settle in here. And then hopefully everybody has a belt or a towel. We're just going to take that right around the right foot. You can leave this knee bent for now. And just maybe work on spreading your toes a little bit here. Just kind of crimping your toes and spread your toes a little bit. I don't want to do that. All right, and then taking that belt, it could be in the right hand or it could be in both hands. We're just going to start making little circles, one direction. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the time. All right, and maybe start to make those circles even bigger. And really pay attention to how that feels in your hip. So making those circles ever bigger and bigger until, even you're like way out to the side. Just notice any tension, in that circle. Good. And then when you're ready, you switch directions. So I stole this from another teacher. I loved it. We spent probably about a minute in each direction of the circle. I'll be speeding that up a little bit for time's sake. This is just an awesome thing. I don't know, for my low back, just felt amazing in my hips after I did this. So maybe start making those circles just a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. Good, foot is flexed. Until you come into stillness again. Good. Taking a really good grip on the rope or the belt or the towel. We're going to take that right leg out to the right. So you probably want to keep the left knee bent. Just trying to relax it out. Maybe you need to take that left arm out to the side a bit so that you're not lifting up in the left hip. Just a really nice stretch here. We're trying to flex through that foot and maybe draw, just gently draw the leg towards the top of the mat, just gently. Just finding an edge that's not like you can't breathe kind of an edge. We want to still breathe. We don't want to feel pain. Just some nice tension there. And as you relax, you probably can do a little more. Gonna take one more breath here. And then slowly bring that leg back up. We're gonna take a bend in this knee. Now, some of you may still need your belt. Some of you might be able to reach the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Good. And then here you can make a choice whether you keep the left knee bent or maybe you straighten for that half happy baby. And maybe add some movement here. See if you can just take a nice deep bend and draw the heel towards the groin. Then bring it back up to kind of that 90 degrees, and then see if you can take the toes out ever so slightly. And again, you know, if you feel a lot of resistance or pain, don't do that. Just take it to where your comfortable edge is. You know, but for some of you that maybe practice a lot and or don't have as much tension, you know, you might be able to kind of open that up a little bit more. And of course, you can always just be using your prop to do that. Just a few more times, just kind of moving a little bit. All right. And then just coming back to that regular old half happy baby. Then we're going to straighten that leg up. And again, leaving that leg nice and long. And if you didn't have it long, straighten the left leg. Then taking this into the left hand, belt into the left hand. Right arm stretches out to the side. We're going to start to come into a little twist, taking that right leg to the left. And again, just going as far as you can. I'm actually trying to draw, you know, my toes with my belt up towards my head. And that can add a lot more tension. If you need to bend that knee a little bit, if it's just way too much, you know, just don't go as far down. You just need to find what's right for you. Good. Maybe take another breath here or so. Just imagining all that sunshine. Maybe even envisioning that place. I don't know. I like the beach. Maybe there's a place that you spend time in the sunshine that you could envision right now or visualize. All right, slowly taking that leg back up, we're going to switch hands. And now we're just going to move through all three of those things. Taking that leg out to the right, bringing it back up, bending through the knee, maybe adding that heel to groin movement, and then toes towards the front. Good. So you're just going to kind of move, you know, into that twist again. So from the twist, straight out. Or maybe you don't do the half happy baby if that one's not your favorite, or if it feels too challenging today. Just kind of move through that hip joint. Again, feeling anywhere that maybe it's kind of a little catch in the movement. Maybe spending a little time there. Feel the groin. And maybe we'll just do that one more time. Kind of moving through all three directions. Outside. Half happy baby. And that last twist. Ah, feels so good. And then you can release that belt. I just want you to take a nice long body stretch and just feel that right side. Does it feel different from the left? Ah, feels good. Okay. And then we're going to bend through the right knee this time. When you're ready, finding that strap or whatever prop you have, looping it around the left foot. And then just maybe pausing for a moment. Maybe try to spread your toes, flex through your foot. Just imagine your toes are spreading if they aren't cooperating. Good. Then kind of squeeze your toes together. Maybe do that a few times. Awesome. And when you're ready, again, you can have both hands on that prop or just one hand, doesn't matter. The left hand is probably best. Start making your little circles, just starting small and just really feeling any tension, especially in that hamstring and in the hip. When the circles are small, you're probably feeling it a little bit more in the back, upper thigh, the hamstring. Start to make those circles bigger and bigger. Like I said, if you remember this kind of little sequence and you do 1 minute circles one direction, 1 minute the other direction, 1 minute out to the side, 1 minute in that happy baby, and then 1 minute in that twist, and then move between the three for a minute. It's amazing. Switching circle directions, maybe with those really big circles. Again, just trying to go slowly so you feel maybe where the tension is in your movement, in your body. Keep going. Run it over, and then start to make those circles smaller and smaller until it comes to stillness. Drawing, taking that right arm out to the side, and then just allow the leg to fall out to the left. Again, my belt is in my left hand, and I'm just barely drawing those toes towards the top of my mat, kind of adding that stretch. And again, if it's just too much, just don't go as low. Just find what's right for you. Notice if there's a difference between this side and the other side. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly drawing that leg back up. We're going to take that deep bend in the knee. Maybe your left foot or hand reaches the foot. Maybe it's just the belt. Maybe between the two sides you need the belt. Just pause for a moment. Maybe stretch the right leg straight out. And then see if you can draw the heel towards the groin. Come back up to that almost 90 degrees. And then see if you can reach the toes out, kind of straightening that leg a little bit. And again, just moving in your range of motion. So maybe it just looks a little bit like this. Maybe you take it out a little bit more. Maybe this side is just more tense. So your movement's a little more limited, and that's okay. Just kind of be aware of that. Good. How about last time moving? And then just pause here. And then straighten that leg. Good. We're going to take our belt into our right hand. That left arm can go out to the T. And then draw that left leg over to the right, just as far as feels good. If you need a little bend in the knee, if it's too intense. Again, I'm just gently drawing that belt and my toes towards the top of my head, towards the top of the mat. Hopefully this feels amazing. And if it doesn't, you'll probably feel amazing afterwards, hopefully. All right, take another deep breath in, and then we'll just start moving. And our last little thing before Shavasana. So slowly draw that leg back up, take it out to the side, draw it back into that half happy baby. Maybe move a little bit in happy baby. Good, and then stretch the leg up and take it off to the side. And again, just moving. Maybe you're just going from side to side and skipping happy baby, whatever feels good to you. Just kind of moving. Try to go through those movements about 4 times. Yep. Switch in hand, rope. And maybe one last nice round of movement here. Your neighbors will be jealous at how your hips are feeling today. You'll have to tell them to come next week. All right, last time. Taking that leg up, you can bend through the knee. Just take that tie off and then take that nice long stretch. Good. And when you are ready, finding your way into that Shavasana. Palms face up. Maybe even pin the shoulder blades underneath you a little. Take those shoulders down and away from the ears. Allow the feet to just flop to the side. Just return back to your breath. Pausing here. In these next few moments just for yourself. Coming back to that beginning. The bud and half bloom outweighs the cloud. And that's Merknipo. As you breathe, just imagine all that bright sunlight flowing into every little dark corner of your body, lighting you up from the inside out. As you exhale, just imagining that your breath is so powerful that it can part the clouds. Maybe just the clouds outside, or maybe it's the clouds surrounding you. And just breathe. Finding that breath. Noticing that inhale. Noticing your exhale. Beginning to take some movement in your fingers and your toes. Even taking that nice full body stretch again. The arms overhead, stretch those feet out. You're going to roll through the wrists and the ankles. And when you're ready, and maybe you're not ready, you can just continue to lie there, later. And if you're ready, coming to a seated position. Slowly coming on up. Finding your hands at heart center. And then taking these thumbs and resting them right here on your heart space, right on your sternum. Maybe even bow your head to your hands, to your heart. And just remember whatever cloud you may be under today, just know that the sun is steadily shining from the other side through that little bud, just like the little bud who knows that the sun will be there, that cloud will pass. So maybe get a little comfort from those thoughts. Take a nice deep breath in, inhaling all that sunshine. Really exhale. Blow those clouds away. About one more time. Take a nice deep inhale. And blow those clouds away. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back next week and probably working on some back stuff. Oh, and I didn't say namaste, so namaste. And thank you again. Have a great Saturday.